Welcome to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. We got here last night and checked into Los Arcos Suites. It's a really great room, honestly. We were only here for one night, but if we were spending more time in Puerto Vallarta, I would absolutely come back here. It's got a huge balcony, a nice living space, and an ocean view. It also has a little outdoor area, so we actually rented a car for the duration of our trip here. We're here for 10 days, and we're gonna have the car the entire time. So we woke up this morning and drove to a little town called Boca de Talmatlan, probably pronouncing that wrong, but here you can get a water taxi that takes you kind of up the coast a little bit to some more remote areas that are otherwise kind of inaccessible. We highly recommend doing this. The water taxi was really inexpensive, and this was just a really cool experience. We stopped at a couple of the towns to drop other people off. The first one we went to was Playa Los Arcos. It looks beautiful there. I would for sure spend some time there. And then we went to our destination for the day, which was the town of Sayulita. Sayulita is really cool. It has a really beautiful, pristine beach. As you can see, there's nobody there. It's very untouched still, and then there's a really cute village kind of up the mountainside just along the coast. So for sure, if you're going, check out the village. It's only accessible by water, like I said. There's no roads up here, so it's still a very authentic kind of classic cultural Mexican experience. There are some shops and souvenirs kind of for the tourists walking through, and also some friendly neighborhood pets. But yeah, we had so much fun checking out Sayulita, and it was just a really cool experience. So you walk uphill a lot, up a lot of steps to get to the top of the town, which, as you can see, is completely worth the hike up, considering this is what you hike up to. We were really lucky nobody was here when we came up here, and we had it all to ourselves, so we went in for a dip and enjoyed this cold, refreshing dip. So we grabbed a water taxi back and made our way to our car. And then drove off to our next destination, which was Punta Mita. So we checked into our hotel and pretty much straight away went to Teresa's Tacos for dinner, which was recommended to us by our Airbnb host, Rika. And it was amazing.
These are really nice. These are the tomatillo salsa. I don't know what these ones are, but this one's very spicy and unspiced.
We are staying at the Onda Surf Hotel, which we found on Airbnb. It was for a really good price. It was about 55 Canadian dollars a night, and it's a really cool room. The whole building is made out of shipping containers. It has a pool, lots of seating. So this morning we grabbed some coffee from El Cafecito in Punta Mita, and then took off for our next adventure, which was just a quick boat ride away to the Marietas Islands, which is a private secret beach that you have to swim into through this little tunnel here. It's only accessible by swimming in, and then otherwise it's completely enclosed, and yeah, it's just gorgeous. For dinner on our first night in Punta Mita, we went to a restaurant called La Rustica. It's a fancier place. Eric got a pasta and I got a tuna steak with a salad on the side, and it was actually my birthday. So they came out, sang a song, and gave us a flan, which was really cool. We woke up the next morning, spent some time on the beach, grabbed our coffees again from El Cafecito, and took off to our next destination, Sayulita. Once we got to Sayulita, we actually met up with some friends and spent the rest of our trip with them. So the first day there was basically just spent catching up and having some drinks, bumming around on the beach and catching some surf. Our accommodations in Sayulita I think are actually my favorite of the entire trip. We stayed at a brand new building, also made out of shipping containers, called Local Tribe de Mexico. It was attached to the Amor Boutique Hotel, which was right along the water. It was a perfect location. They offered free surfboards your entire stay. The rooms were gorgeous, queen size beds, nice AC, your own private washroom, everything, like I said, was brand new and just built, so just really comfortable with the massive patio. The grounds here were also really nice and completely, obviously, accessible and free to use. There were lots of little villas and stuff around too, which were cool and I think probably quite a bit more to stay in. So there were 2 pools on the property. For the price that we got to stay at this place and be able to use all the amenities, it was a no-brainer. I would absolutely come back here again and recommend everybody else stay here as well. Every morning we would make coffee in our room because there was a little coffee maker and free, actually local coffee. And then meet up with our friends at Choco Banana for breakfast. Today we are heading out on another adventure, another boat day actually. We've taken a boat out, just rented a local guy to take us out on his boat, take us out to go fishing, snorkeling. We packed a cooler with some drinks and snacks and just kind of play some tunes and have a good time. Eric caught the first fish of the day, which apparently was enough to make 2 tacos out of, so I call that a success. I highly recommend doing this. Just walk up to any local guy on the beach who has a boat, and I'm pretty sure they'd be more than willing to work something out to take you and your friends out for a day. We went to a really cool spot and did some awesome snorkeling, saw some really cool reef life and fish. On our way back to the dock, we got to watch the sun set over the ocean, and it was just really beautiful from the water to see it along the coastline and over the horizon. Once we got back to Sayulita, it was dinner time, so we went out and grabbed some street tacos for dinner and watched this guy's unreal piña technique. It was super entertaining. That night actually happened to be Dia de Muertos and also Eric's birthday. If you haven't seen Disney's movie Coco, or if you haven't heard of Dia de Muertos, it's a really cool tradition that is used to basically celebrate the loved ones that have passed away. You bring them offerings on your ofrendas, you can give them pastries, their favorite drinks, their favorite cigarettes, whatever they want, and the idea is that their spirits are coming back to party with you for the night and accept the offerings that you've left out for them. It's a really cool tradition and I'm so glad we were here for it. Good morning from our messy shipping container. The next morning we headed out to Choco Banana again for breakfast and then headed to Playa Los Muertos, which actually just happened to be right behind our hotel. It was maybe a 5-minute walk from where we were staying anyways, and it was just a really beautiful beach with also a cemetery there. And as you can see, all of the graves were decorated for Dia de Muertos the day before, so it was a really good time to be able to check this out and see them all, you know, with beautiful flowers and balloons and jewelry. Playa Los Muertos itself was beautiful. It was a little bit quieter. It was behind the hotel we were staying at, so it was super easy for us to get there. Not quite as many people in the water, people posted up on the beach. So if you are staying in Sayulita and you're looking for a more relaxed environment, I would check that out. And then we headed out for the day to our next adventure, which was to Playa La Lancha. This was a really beautiful beach. The hike in itself was kind of tough. It was really muddy, and there are apparently crocodiles there, so don't wear your best shoes, but completely worth going in. We posted up on the beach for the day and just kind of spent the day coming in and out of the water, catching some waves. Up staying here until sunset, which I don't recommend doing. Like I said, the hike in is pretty tough and really muddy, and it's even harder coming out in the dark. So if you can avoid it, try to get out of there before the sun sets. So the next morning we said goodbye to Sayulita and headed off to our next destination, San Pancho, also known as San Francisco. This was a really, really cute little town. We spent the morning just kind of walking around, grabbed some coffees, checked out all the little stores. We actually had a bit of a mishap with our reservation and had to make a last-minute reservation at Verde Luna, which ended up being gorgeous. It's our third night here and our second room. And it is pretty beautiful. Woo! This place was 100 times better than where we were intending on staying, and the location was absolutely perfect. It was directly across the street from a wonderful breakfast place that we went to every morning. There were tons of little surf shops and souvenir stores in the town. It was fun to walk around, and the afternoon we spent at the beach. And then we actually found this really cute little arcade bar that we spent most evenings here. It was right across the street from our friend's accommodation, so it was convenient. I mean, in the end, we had the best time here. We had some of the best street tacos that we've ever had, and they were all very reasonably priced. If there's any advice I would give before coming and checking out the Nayarit coast, especially during a short stay, it would definitely be to rent a car. As you can see as much as you possibly can with a vehicle, from walking up the streets of Yelapa to spending the night of Dia de Muertos in Sayulita. We got to experience so many unique, different experiences, and there are so many to be had here. No 2 days are ever the same, so make the most of your trip, see as much as you can,